SFX. Gento, inviting acoustic music begins, with a soft diner ambiance. Coffee brewing, distant plates clinking, subtle, warm country music playing very low in the background. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sometimes in this fast-paced world, we get so caught up in the big, splashy headlines that we miss the incredible power of a simple act of kindness. Today, I want to share a story that truly embodies this. A story about a waitress, a soldier, and a ripple effect that touched countless lives. Grab your favorite warm drink, settle in, because this one's going to warm your heart. SFX. Music gently fades a bit. Diner ambience. Slightly more prominent. Our story begins, as many good stories do, in a classic American diner. Mel's Diner, to be exact. Every single morning, like clockwork, at 7:10 a.m. sharp, the little bell above the door would jingle, and with that sound came the familiar aroma of sizzling bacon and fresh brewed coffee. You'd see the same faces, the same regulars, and always, the same waitress. Lisa Monroe. Lisa was 29, a single mom, navigating life's challenges with a steady supply of black coffee and a smile that, while sometimes tired, never truly faded. By title, she wasn't extraordinary, just a hard-working waitress. But on one particular rainy Tuesday morning, something happened that made her absolutely unforgettable. SFX. Door chime rings. Sound of rain outside picks up slightly. It was a tough morning, the kind where the rain outside my shoes. The gray mood indoors, Lisa was diligently refilling the sugar caddies, a routine task, when the bell above the door chimed again. A man walked in. He was wearing an RE uniform, utterly soaked through from the downpour, and his eyes held a weariness that went beyond just being tired. He chose a booth in the far corner, a quiet spot, and without a word, just ordered a black coffee. When Lisa brought it over, setting it down with a gentle clink, she couldn't help but notice his hands. They were trembling, not from the cold, not from the rain, but from something much, much deeper. "Are you okay, honey?" she asked, her voice soft, empathetic. He simply nodded, his gaze distant. "Yeah, just heading home." But Lisa had seen that look before, many times. The haunted, quiet gaze of someone who was halfway between here and somewhere else. A look that spoke volumes of unseen burdens. She walked back to the counter, a feeling of unease settling in her stomach, and leaned in to the cook, whispering, "Put his meal on my tab, SFX." Light rain continues softly, diner chatter slightly muted. Focusing on the story, the soldier ate his breakfast slowly, methodically. When he finished, he reached for his wallet. His hand still a little shaky, but before he could even open it, Lisa was there, a gentle but firm hand on his arm. "It's taken care of," she said, her voice warm. He looked up, a flicker of surprise in his eyes. "Who?" he asked, confused. Lisa just smiled. "Someone who's proud of you." His gaze dropped to the napkin tucked beneath his plate, and there, in Lisa's neat, clear handwriting, he saw the words, "Your breakfast is paid. Welcome home. Thank you for your service." He looked up again, but she was already turning away, moving on to serve another table, giving him a moment of quiet dignity. He left a $20 tip on the table, a generous amount, and beside it, a small, carefully folded note. Then he quietly slipped out the door, back into the rain. SFX. Thunder rumbles softly in the distance, then fades. A soft, melancholic piano melody begins to play. It was much later that day, after the last customer had left and the chairs were up on the tables, that Lisa found the note. She was cleaning up, humming a quiet tune. When her hand brushed against the folded paper, she opened Italiano. The words inside were simple, yet they hit her with the force of a physical blow. It read, "Ma'am, I came home today to an empty house. My wife left last month. My unit buried 2 men overseas. I was heading home to pack up and leave town. I hadn't spoken to anyone all day until you did. You didn't just buy me breakfast. You reminded me I was still human. Thank you. SGT." John Rivers. Lisa stood there behind the counter, the letter clutched in her hand, tears silently streaming down her face. She didn't know this man. Not really. But in that moment, she felt a profound connection. She understood. She knew his pain, because in her own way, she'd felt it too. She carefully taped the letter to the diner's fridge, right next to her daughter's colorful drawings, a silent testament to a moment of unexpected grace. SFX. 6 months later, the diner ambiance is brighter, more bustling with morning chatter and upbeat sounds. Life, as it always does, went on. Bills kept coming, relentlessly. Lisa worked double shifts, scraped by, raised her little girl with all the love she had, and kept that tired but resilient smile firmly in place. 6 months passed. One busy Saturday morning, the familiar chime of the doorbell rang out, and there he was. The same soldier, but this time, he looked different. Cleaner, yes. Calmer, absolutely. He stood taller, his shoulders back, his eyes clear, and he wasn't alone. A beautiful service dog, wearing a blue vest, trotted confidently beside him. "Morning, Lisa," he said, a genuine, warm smile gracing his lips. "I hope you don't mind. I brought a friend." Lisa laughed, a genuine, joyful sound. "As long as he doesn't order steak." He reached into his pocket and handed her a small card. It was a photo of him and his entire platoon, smiling, strong. On the back, handwritten, were more words that would profoundly impact Lisa. It read, "You helped me find my way home. One start training other vets next week. Thought you should know SFX." Inspiring and uplifting orchestral music begins to swell, blending with the diner sounds. That encounter, that simple, profound reunion, sparked something truly extraordinary in Lisa. Inspired by John's journey and the knowledge that one small gesture could make such a huge difference, she started something she called the Second Cup Project. Every single paycheck, without fail, she would cover the cost of one stranger's meal. It was her quiet, personal way of saying, "You matter. You are seen." And what started as Lisa's personal act of kindness soon began to ripple outward. The quiet generosity became contagious. Before long, the entire town got in on it. Truckers passing through, wary nurses, dedicated teachers, even curious tourists. Everyone started leaving a little extra money at the counter.